but yeah, this is really... Yeah. Okay, we are up here. We're going to try and sort some of this mess out. First thing on my list is the bit of trellis next to the shed, because if I don't do that sharpish, it's going to fall over. So that's the first thing to get on with. It's a long list though. It's a long list. Right, well that wasn't enormously successful. The whole bottom has fallen off, so I'll have to fix that. But this piece here has flown off somewhere in the wind, and I've been looking everywhere for it, couldn't find it, just spotted it. It's over there in the neighbour's gooseberry bush. So I'm just doing a bit of a temporary job on this to make sure it doesn't kind of get any worse until I can fix it up. But I've got to repaint the shed, and I've got to do a bit of work on the shelving in there. So when I get that all sorted, I'm going to put some wood on the inside of the shed and screw this to it so it's a bit more stable. There's absolutely no point me trying to do that now and clear out the shed and make space and everything. So I'm just kind of stabilising this for the time being, putting a bit of a brace on the front here so that it doesn't fall down while I'm away.
By the wind. I noticed that when I was round the other side.
Yeah, you couldn't really tell so much from this side, but that's pretty strong, that.
We got sticks everywhere, girls. So many sticks. We have so many sticks.
That's quite a good one. That one there.
Like that.
Yeah. The other thing that's taken a bit of a beating in the wind, which is a real shame, is the central post along this ones that I put in at the back of the pond. It's just been blown forward and it's just really unstable. It just didn't help that the ground was so wet. Even though it's got postcrete on the bottom of it, it just wasn't enough to hold it. So I'm going to prop it up just to keep it stable while I'm away, because I'm not going to be here for the following week. And the wind, although it's nowhere near like it was in the storm, it's still blowing a bit. So I'm going to just stabilise this, and then we are going to go around and fix up the various plastic cages that we've got on the brassicas. So none of these have been glued or stuck, because we've kind of got them up as temporary, because we want to just swap the legs round before we glue them properly, which is why they've all come apart in the wind. But once we've glued them, that won't happen again. It's just for the moment. There's no point trying to glue them when we haven't worked out exactly what size we want them and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just a quick repair job on these, get the netting back to protect them from the pigeons. Once we get these all back together, we'll be pretty much, you know, fixed from the storm damage. We are so lucky we've got away really, really lightly. I've been looking around the plot. There's been some damage. I mean, people have lost a couple of roofs on things, and lots of polytunnels have come a cropper. So we've got off really, really lightly. And I'm really pleased that I was able to get all this stuff fixed up before heading off. Just an update on the peas. The peas have survived absolutely fine. They're very happy in their little bit of protection. They don't need EnviroMesh. It's just there to stop the wind. Yeah, cages are all back together. Everything's good. Everything's good. I feel much happier about going away now. We've got all this back to sorted. Hey girls.
Oi!
Morning, it is Monday morning and I'm due to head off today. This is all a bit strange time-wise because normally I'm only just finishing the last vlog today, but it's all got very confusing. Anyway, I'm leaving this morning. We're going down to the south of the coast, Mum and I. We're going to a funeral, and then I'm heading straight up to Derby on the train. It is still blowing an absolute gale outside, so I've no idea what the travel's going to be like. But there we go. But before I leave, and it is a bit of a rush this morning, but I really want to get these in. I want to get the second sowing of Hurst's green shaft pea and the sugar snaps in, which means that then Mum can just water them while I'm away, and hopefully when I get back they'll all be up. That's the idea. If not, I've got to wait another week, and then we're into March, and then all my time scheduling and everything all goes out the window. So I really want to get these in this morning before I pack and then head off. So yeah, bit of a race. Right, let's do some peas. I'm obviously going for the guttering option again. Seems it was such a whopping success last week. I'm looking forward to doing it again, actually. So just while I'm doing this isn't related to the peas. It's just, I'm doing the compost and something really annoyed me yesterday. So I've had a bit of trouble with some not very good peat-free composts in the last couple of years. One particularly from New Horizon, but I had New Horizon peat-free before and it was fine. There was just, like, we bought about 4 bags of it and it was just really awful and really woolly, and I was really unimpressed with it. But that's not all peat-free compost. This one I'm really, really impressed with. It's just the Melcor all-purpose peat-free compost, and I'm really, really pleased with it. If you're going to be sowing something really, really fine into it, like celery or something, you know, where the seed's really, really fine, you might want to just sieve the top layer because it's not ultra fine. But I mean, it's just an all-purpose compost, and I think this is a really fantastic one. And what's brought me onto this is yesterday on Instagram, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but I put a thing up about, I don't know if you know a gardener called Bunny Guinness. She does like gardener's question time and all that kind of stuff. Well, anyway, she's written an article in the Telegraph Gardening magazine. Right, just a quick thing. Telegraph Gardening magazine is awful. It's absolutely awful, but it's such a shame because so many people read it. And she wrote an article about how we should be entitled to use peat as gardeners in the UK. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. We're really trying to push to go peat free because it's unnecessary and it's destroying peat bogs, which is something we should be trying to protect. Like, she just missed the point completely. She was like, oh, it doesn't use that much, we should be entitled to use it, don't, what was her tagline? It was like, don't, what was it? Don't deprive UK gardeners. I couldn't believe it. I was so angry about it. Like, people are going to read that and then, you know, some people are going to make a choice not to go with the peat-free alternative, you know, when we should just be, oh, it just made me so cross, so cross. And this compost is absolutely fantastic, this Melkor one. Like, oh, it's just such a shame. It's such a shame. Then again, she's really pro using glyphosate too, so I mean, what can you say? Hang on, I'm going to get on with this while I talk to you, because otherwise I'm never going to get packed. Yeah, so last year, Telegraph Gardening did an article. It was about allotments, right? Lovely, fantastic. Yeah, get as much stuff about allotments in the press as possible. I'm really pro that. But do you know what their main thing was? It was written that there's been a huge increase in women on allotments, which there really has, like noticeably so on our site, and it was mostly like majority chaps. Since I took over doing the showings for the new like allotment holders, the first year there was only one chap, no it wasn't, two out of like 16, 17 people that I showed around that first year. Yeah, there was like two chaps. So yes, there's a huge increase in women on allotments, which is fantastic. But do you know what their angle was on it in the newspaper? Oh, we're depriving men of their sanctuary. Because it used to be a sanctuary for men up at the allotment to go and hide from their wives and children. And now they can't hide from their wives and children anywhere. I mean, can you believe it? Anyway, this compost is great, and go peat free where you can. That's my message. Right, that is the Hurst screen shaft in. The sugar snap pea that I decided to go for is Sugar Bon. Just thought, yeah, so Sugar Bon. I'm going to do that in here. Again, just half the packet. I'm going to sow them just as densely. They'll be fine. Had a couple of comments about that actually. Oh, you shouldn't have sown your peas so close, but this is how I sow my peas. If you sow your peas differently, that's marvellous. But this is how I sow my peas. Tell you what, I need a cup of coffee. I haven't even had a cup of tea or coffee this morning. Right. Okay, peas are in. That's good. Let's go pack a bag. Okay, I just need to take this stuff with me, so the vlogging things, like gimbal and all that, and that'll go in another bag, and then I've got to get dressed in funeral garb, and then I'm gonna head off. Okay. And we're off. Okay, so our first port of call is we are heading straight south from London down to the south coast, and it is my mum's aunt, Auntie Frances, funeral we're going to, who is my grandfather's sister. It's always a shame. It's always only ever funerals and weddings where you get to see some family, and that's what this is going to be. So, yeah, obviously I'm not going to film any of this, but we will leave you down here with a view of the sea, and I'll catch you again when I'm on the train heading north. Okay, we're back on the move again. So I'm heading up north, like I said, up to Derby. So I was meant to be leaving with Johanna. She drove up there this morning, but obviously I had something else to do. So I've come from down south, jump on the train, and I'm going to meet her up there. But talking of family that you don't get to see very often, we're going up to stay with Johanna's nephew. So Johanna is my half-sister. We share a dad. And she has family on the other side. And this is her nephew, Simon, and his wife, Gina, and their kids, who I haven't seen for absolutely ages, obviously through lockdown. But yeah, for a bit of time before that too. So I'm really looking forward to seeing them. And on top of that, I've never been to Derbyshire. Not in my whole life as I've been to Derbyshire. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the place looks like. I've been told it's quite hilly. So I'm looking forward to that. And Simon and Gina are quite outdoorsy. So we'll probably go for a couple of walks and have a bit of a nose around, which will be really lovely. So my route up is I've come back up into London, and then I'm getting the tube to Hammersmith, changing onto the Piccadilly line, get off at King's Cross St Pancras, and then get the train north. And I am really, really hoping that the trains north haven't been cancelled because of the storm. I know everything going west has been cancelled. I'm just hoping, fingers crossed, north is okay. Okay, we made it. Right, let's have a look at the information board. Okay, there is a lot of cancelled things on here, but no, the 7:32 to Derby is on time. Although it's supposed to be going to Sheffield, and now it's only going to Derby, so I think I've lucked out there. This really is such a magnificent station. It's absolutely gorgeous. They renovated it a couple of years back now. God, it was about 10 years ago now, to be honest. But yeah, they've done a fantastic job. I used to live just around the corner from here, and it certainly didn't look like this then. Okay, well, we've made it to St Pancras at least, and I've got about 20 minutes until the train goes, if it goes. I've just noticed that the one before it, which is like, oh God, I'm being strangled. Okay, so the one that was going like an hour before has only just gone now, so I don't know if it's going to be delayed, but hopefully not. Welcome to Derby. We made it. There's Johanna. That's Simon. And they're the two smalls in front of us, racing ahead. It is soggy and windy, but beautiful sunshine. And it said it was going to be chucking it down, so we've really lucked out. And look at this. Absolutely everywhere there are these stunning clumps of snowdrops. They're just beautiful. They're so pretty, like way more than I've seen anywhere near us down in Richmond. Just haven't seen any. Anyway, priorities. We're on our way to get an ice cream. How cute is this? So this is called Bluebell Dairy, I think. Bluebell, or maybe it's Bluebell ice cream, can't remember. But yes, so many different flavours. And really excitingly, I'm a big fan of sorbet. And they've got a pear and elderflower sorbet. How good does that sound? I'm not going to have any sprinkles. I'm going to keep it simple. It is so muddy coming along this path, and look, we've just come across this huge tree which has come down in the storm. I mean, they've cut it, they've sawed it because it's blocking the path, but yeah, massive, absolutely massive.
My bag.
Love it. Boobs are us. Boobs and knots in jackets.
Well, and you're...
I'm just
showing the shoe change. Everybody's lovely clean shoes. Look at this. Oh yes, beautiful. Oh.
I bet it's not open.
That doesn't look like it.
Come on. Hello. Right. Messing with my tea break.
Oh, mate,
sorry.
we don't mind waiting outside.
No, you come on here and get warm.
Yeah.
I don't know, so you didn't.
Oh yeah,
Where did you go? Over the
over that way, but I ran over the first bit and then there's music houses.
I'd do it every day if I didn't have to work, but
Fantastic.
Oh no, I don't know it's back okay.
Oh, it might be. I don't necessarily have to have it. I probably will be able to see it. Thank you. I'm so looking forward to this. So looking forward.
Good.
Wait, you still need to pick up form. That doesn't counteract it.
A big walk, loads of mud, pint of cider and a game of Uno. What more could you want? Okay, let me introduce you to the find of the trip. It's called Pass the Pigs, and it's like a dice game, Yahtzee type thing, but you're throwing two little tiny pigs and you get a different score for which way they land. It's absolute genius. Okay, we're off. We're leaving Derby. Well, we did have a plan. We were going to go to Bath and see the Roman baths this afternoon. I've bought the tickets already. Turns out it's actually 3 hours drive to Bath and our tickets are in 2 hours. So we're probably not going to be doing that. I've emailed them to see if they will change our tickets. You know, excellent planning. Anyway, so where we're going now is Somerset, I think. It's Somerset, isn't it? Yeah, Somerset, that's where we're headed next. It's a magnificent day. Johanna was being alarmist this morning because her weather app was telling her it was going to be snowing. No other weather apps was saying it was snowing, just hers. And it's BBC. Not snowing. BBC. Yeah, BBC got it wrong. Yeah, so but anyways, beautiful blue skies. So yeah, we're on our way to say. Basically, is what you want to say. Right, yeah, we're going to Somerset.
Yeah. I'm not going to revel in this, am I? Told you so. BBC was right. Carry on, mate. Prove a point. Shall I take the roof down? Just in case you don't believe me.
Smug driving the car.
I am. I'm feeling really deeply sad.
We're about 20 minutes away and just seen a sign for a garden centre, so obviously we've pulled off. Have a bit of a look.
And there's garden tea rooms.
Huge pot.
But it's a nice size big pot though.
It's going to be very expensive.
43? Is that 43?
Yeah. I mean, it's a big pot. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's nice. Look at that echinacea. Isn't that amazing?
That is stunning.
It is, isn't it? They've got masses and masses of veg stuff in here. They've got like, horseradish and Jerusalem artichokes and rhubarb. Loads of stuff. And masses of onions and garlic. Like, I don't think I've ever seen this many different varieties of onions in a garden centre. We've got Red Sun. Who's that one? We've got Yellow Moon. Bistro. Yeah, just masses and masses of onions and garlic. Very impressive. I know I've talked a lot about potato varieties recently, but they've got masses of them in here. Look at this. Just bags and bags and bags and bags of them. But we've got British Queen here. We went for that one. Can't remember who else we went for. But yeah, just tons of them. There's even more onions over here. Pink Panther. Actually, I might have to get Pink Panther. That looks really nice. I know I said I don't grow onions from sets, but that looks really pretty. And it's rare to find something that you haven't seen before. Like, what is this? I've never seen that before. Anyone grown that? I'm going to get some of this red choy. Do you remember the red pak choy that I grew last year? It was absolutely incredible. It looked like it had petrol spilt on it. And the only other thing I was after was sweet peas. They've got loads here, but again, like everywhere else, there's hardly any actual seeds in them. Must have been a shortage, but this one's quite nice. It's a dwarf one. I've never seen a dwarf one before. Pink and dwarf in a pot one. Gorgeous. More potatoes. You've got more potatoes. There's just masses of them. yet more potatoes. They've even got them loose here, like they do at Chapman's. Thing about them being sold in the big bags is that there's just so many. Like, we want to get a mix, and when they're done separately, you can get a bit more of a mix going without having a field of each variety. And this is amazing. So they're quite expensive in here for some things, but these pond pots, these were $7.99 in the place near us. Look at this, they're like 99p, $2.99, absolute bargain.
And last one.
Okay, well, that was an unexpected turn of events. We were just about to pull out onto this road, having left the garden centre, kind of gone round a bit of a roundabout thing, waiting to pull out. Jana's looking around me to see if there's traffic coming, and some blokes just run straight into the back of us. Like, huge bang, flown forward and all the rest of it. So lucky Johanna had her foot on the brake, because otherwise we would have just been shunted straight out into the oncoming traffic. Yeah, all a bit of a surprise, really. Anyway, we've pulled over, and he apologised. It's entirely his fault, and they've swapped details, but we're going to go and find somewhere. We're so close to Jane's house, which is where we're heading next. We're like 10 minutes away, the sat nav says, so just going to pull over somewhere and have a pint and kind of recoup. And Johanna's going to kind of get on to the insurance people and see what she can do. And yeah, all just a bit of a surprise, really. Weren't expecting that. Morning! We spent the night in Wimford, and we are now on our way to Bath, which is pretty exciting. I have never been to Bath. I've seen a lot of pictures of Bath, never been there. So that's where we're off to. It's really warm, we got the sun out, so windows are open, sorry about the noise. And yeah, I'll see you in Bath. Expression. Dog love. Hello.
Little nose, perfect nose.
So you can't drive into Bath because there's no parking. So, oh, hello. Just about to get run over. You can't drive into Bath, so we're at a park and ride. So we're going to go get a bus into Bath.
Okay. Look, good state of me, no makeup, no nothing.
But we made it onto the bus.
Buildings are sometimes warm.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, hair and hands. Look at that view.
Oh, that's rather nice. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm really excited about seeing these Roman baths. Like, I've never been to Bath before, but I've wanted to go to the Roman baths for, well, as long as I can remember knowing about them. So this is pretty exciting. Yeah.
I'd have to do it
Gradually. So there's Bath Abbey through there, which is pretty impressive. Actually, the first convent in Bath was on that site in 675 AD. So that's pretty old. Obviously not that building. But like, as the baths are here, it's been a religious hotspot for a very long time. You'll have to look through the bottom. And here it is. How incredible is this? How amazing is that? That is the Roman baths. That's them. I just think that's incredible. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. So obviously this top bit has been built around them. And you can see where the columns were. So all of that ground level bit is original. That is the Roman bit. This was obviously a huge religious centre, and then to have the cathedral there and the Temple of Sulis Minerva down here, it's just pretty impressive, isn't it? That's impressive. Right, let's go inside and have a look around. So this bit's just the other side of that main pool, and this is where the hot water's rising. Can you see the bubbles? Like, this is where the actual spring is, and then it came up here and then flowed around into the pool and then out into the river. And this is what the whole thing would have looked like. So there's the baths, and then there would have been this huge temple complex here with the statue of the goddess in that building there. And then this guy, who appears to be some sort of mixture of Athena, a Gorgon and Neptune, all kind of rolled into one, was on the front of the temple. This is one of the skeletons that was found here in that lead coffin underneath, and he is from Syria. Quite amazing. And here is actually where the spring is flowing in. God, it's so like steamy and loud down here. It's like something out of the bowels of hell. Amazing, isn't it? And then that flows into here. Can totally imagine all the Romans like sitting around in here having a lovely time and a glass of wine. Can definitely see that. That's what I'd like to be doing. Well, maybe not in this particular water, but yeah. And here we can witness Johanna actually tasting that water.
Really warm.
Not keen? That was really good until the end, because now Johanna's just like, blah, 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 blah.
I need wine.
Oh, yeah, we need wine. We're going to go and find some lunch.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Right.
God, that was delicious. That was really, really fine. We're back where we left the car at the park and ride now. And just have a look at this. This is just the edge of the car park, but there's some really sweet things in here. There's loads of like little hellebores kind of hiding in amongst the grass, and it's just really, really sweet. Anyway, we are going to be heading back to Hazelmere, I think, which is where Johanna lives. So, yeah, heading off. There's another one, look at that. It's just so cute. They're really, really lovely.
Or whatever, I only put these on to dry.
We've stopped off on our way back because just as we were coming through, we just glimpsed across and saw, I don't know if you can see behind me, but like that is just the most unbelievable view. And Johanna and I love a graveyard, so we're having a look around. It's just gorgeous. It's called Lansdowne. And can you see this one? It's like a chap's got his own moat. Looks amazing. It looks like some sort of prehistoric kind of burial mound. It's incredible. It's just gorgeous up here. It's unbelievable. Let me show you the view because it's something else.
It must be somewhere special. It must be something that we've listed.
So this is this chap. Look at this. He's got his own, well, he's got his own island. Looks incredible. Actually, this is beautiful. Look at this one. That's lovely. That's gorgeous. But yeah, this is just the most extraordinary place. This chap's obviously king of the castle. But there's so many amazing things in here. And an unbelievable number of generals buried in here. Really surprising number. Just spectacular. Morning. Well, we made it home last night, as you can see. Well, by home I mean back to Johanna's house. We made it home. It was quite a long drive. I don't know, we did you know, like sat nav, but for some reason it took us all the way, like on small roads, all the way back from Somerset. So I don't know what it was thinking, but obviously it thought that we looked like we didn't want to go on a motorway, which I can tell you we did, because it would have been quicker. Anyway, we made it back. Sorry about the face. This is the look of somebody who didn't take their makeup off last night and has just woken up. But there we go. Anyway, I'm gonna go get a cup of tea and then we're gonna go into Hazelmere and have a look around. So Johanna, I think I've mentioned it before actually, here in Hazelmere, they have a shop that's associated with their refuse collection centre, like their dump. And it's normally fantastic, but it's been closed all over lockdown. So we're hoping it's open because it's fantastic and we're gonna go there. I normally find some great bargains there, so I'm quite excited, but we're gonna go and find out if it's open anyway. But first thing I need is a cup of tea, and then I'll see you when I'm kind of in like action mode and I've taken this lot of face off and like drawn some more eyes on, because this isn't a good look. Dump shop. I thought you were gonna film that way. No, it's just the excitement. Dump shop's open. It's open. It's open. It's open. We're going. Yeah. Bye. It's lovely fireplaces. Aren't they sweet?
They are nice. Sorry, but I'll share them with you as well.
Should we get all of them and then just...
We'll sort it out between us.
Yeah.
Is that a spoon as well?
Yeah, they're the spoons and the little bowls. God, these remind me so much of Grandad, the ones with the tiles on top.
Yeah.
Right, success. We've got about 100 little dipping sauce bowls and Chinese spoons. Fab. Johanna's got a new holder for her Nespresso coffees. I mean, what more could you want, really? Seriously. Okie dokie. It is Saturday. England are playing Wales in the rugby this evening, so we are going to head down to the pub, watch that, and then call it a night. Tomorrow, we're going to have a bit of a look around the garden because there's some lovely bits and pieces coming up. And also there was a bit of storm damage. So we'll go and have a look at what's what in the garden in the morning. See you then. Good morning. It is beautiful sunshine again today. This is the Nespresso capsule holder that Johanna got at the dump shop yesterday. And I am featuring a jumper I found in the charity shop yesterday. It's fluorescent orange. It's a bit bright, to be honest. You can see it's changed the whole colour of the room on the camera. But it is lovely and it's soft. So yeah, let's go and have a look at what's happening in the garden. So there's a couple of quite large pot casualties. That's the first thing, which is a shame. That was quite a big one. But look at these. Aren't they just so cute, the little irises? I love them. Not much in the way of trees or big bushes or anything has been damaged, and also all the little crocuses and things seem to be fine. We've got cabbages and leeks still going strong. That's all absolutely fine. There's more crocuses down here which are so sweet. You think they look so delicate, they would be so damaged by the weather that we've had, but they're not. They're just glowing away. This, on the other hand, was where the catastrophes happened. All of the spare glass for the greenhouse has been smashed. And in this corner here, the fence has come loose, but this was the greenhouse, the poly covered thing that was in that corner that had all the cuttings and seedlings, outdoor stuff on. This is the remains of them, but Johanna was saying she's lost loads, which is just really, really sad. Really sad. All the cuttings and things that have been going over the winter. Anyway, the pulmonaria looks lovely in here, and there are more irises up this side. I'm going to come back and do a proper garden tour, obviously, when stuff starts coming up. Like, this is the first wave, so I will come back and do it, won't I, Roy? I will. I'll come back when it's all looking beautiful. Like you. This is Roy, by the way. Should Should we have a look at the seedlings that are indoors, Roy? Yeah, I think so. So Herman, if you remember, is the tortoise. So there's some bits and pieces for Herman growing there. But we've got celeriac and look how cute these are. I just love celery seedlings. They're just so tiny. Oh, they're just so cute. So there's those bits there. And then there's marigolds coming up here. On the main tray, we've got garlic chives. Loads of stuff actually. Lots of flowers. We've got parsley. There's tomatoes. Oh no, there really are. Johanna's got tomatoes going already. Woohoo! She's way ahead of me. Chard. There's a couple of pumpkins in here even. Chilies, peppers. 2 layers of chilies and peppers. Wow. They're off. That's right. I just don't want to. There we go.
Never done this before.
It's difficult doing it in the air.
I'm trying not to dip it into the hot water.
Do you want me to tilt it?
Do it slowly, it should be okay.
Okay.
Nice mug of Prosecco. Yes, very classy.
Oh yeah.
Virtually a bottle.
Excellent. Excellent. That looks very nice, doesn't it? Oh yes. Okay.
It is looking
So this is our equivalent of being in the Roman baths. We're in Johanna's back garden. You know. What do? Praise Sulis Minerva? To Sulis Minerva. This video is to be continued. Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, that's a nice one, isn't it? I've had it lots of times.
It's just really nice.
I like that. There must be some